Rogue, this is a good song. Was that referring to Snacksburg at Rest? Not the Minish Woods. With Nidhogg fallen, none save Racevelger remains to answer our questions. Let us trouble the worm again, and if Iceheart yet lingers at Zenith, all the better. I would have her hear from the truth from the dragon's maw. I need to kill this Tulamald real quick. It's got like that symbol over it, which means it has to die. Both, actually. I mean, obviously it's subjective, but I try to only put good ones in there. It's initially just built out of like a lot of random ones I had on mind at the time. But obviously I incorporate the ones that people suggest when they do the like channel points redemption. And I also try to like incorporate at least a song from every game I play on stream. But funnily enough, Snacksburg at Rest was in there before I played Bugsnax. It's because I had already heard the song from, watching other people play bits of the game. Which probably means I should put another Bugsnax song in the rotation, because it's got a lot of good ones. Like, there's a Final Fantasy XIV song in the rotation, but it's been in there since before I started playing 14. Because I haven't even been to I haven't even heard the song in game yet. You only play as bad music. I have a playlist for that. I have a YouTube playlist of only the worst video game music. Now that the tool hands are out of the way, it's only a matter of time before my replacement gets here. I'm about to pass out from hunger, so I think I'll go ahead. What could go wrong? Alright, now there's no guard. Cool. The song begins. I don't know when or where the song from 14 that I have in the playlist is going to play in game, but it's like a very, I forget what it's called, but it's a very relaxed song, and it sounds like clock. Like a lot of clock noises in it. I get the impression it's like a town. I'm gonna have to like Leonardo DiCaprio point whenever I hear it though. What's it called? It's like Noctum Locktum or something like that. Sail. 'Twas you, was it not? The furious scream that the dragons carried far. You've slain Nidhogg. What more could you desire from this place? Will you not allow Racevelger to mourn the death of his kin in peace? Spare us your sanctimonious judgment, Ice Maiden. We have a gift for the Great Worm, and a mystery that can no longer lie buried. Lady Iceheart, the Dragon Song War has all but consumed your life and claimed many of your followers. 'Tis time you learned the truth of its beginning. The whole truth, that we may at last bring this bitter conflict to an end. Sound the horn, Warrior of Light. Summon the dragon. Hello, beautiful.
You mean the moment I prized your eye from his head?
Huh? If you look up the name, I can give you an intentionally vague estimate. The name of the song, and like where in the game it is. 1 second. Get that real quick. It's called Amaurot Overworld Theme. Amaurot. Amaurot Overworld Theme. I think Zach actually might have inserted that one into our playlist, or recommended it at least. If it was a redemption, it was probably one of the first ones. Made bestial by their appetites. So if Nidhogg had one of Raisvelger's eyes the whole time, that means the other eye is somewhere else? It would be a very big DiCaprio pointing type scenario. I will be honest, the reactions of the dragons to the other dragons being slain has been like a lot more casual than I would think. It seems less enragement than I would think. Unless they're like not that hard to bring back. The other option being that they've already kind of reconciled that these deaths are inevitable and going to come soon, but I feel like that's not the case. It's very convenient how easy it is to transfer an eye.
It was yours. Your strength that sustained Nidhogg all these years.
Would that Haldreth had dealt the worm a killing blow.
Okay. Okay, so Nidhogg was already kind of on borrowed time anyway.
And so you acquiesced. You surrendered your eye to Nidhogg, knowing full well the suffering he would inflict.
This one so
Unruly passions. Okay. So the dragon's attack is off? What is the threat for the remainder of Heavensward then? Though he lifted not a single claw, it would seem that Raisvelger wreaked his own manner of vengeance against us.
'Twas my life's goal to slay Nidhogg, but I find there is little joy to be had in its accomplishment.
But you have rid the world of a hate-filled creature, and ended a bloody war in so doing.
I lost my family to Nidhogg's flames, and 'twas with fury in my heart that I took up the lance. Every blow I struck in the name of vengeance. We were not so different, he and I.
It's such a kind of trite line, Estinian.
I will not judge you for your deeds. I have not the right. Too many innocents have perished in the name of my greater good.
Yet even with all that has passed, the tale is incomplete. We are short a great worm's eye. Of the pair which Haldreth took from Nidhogg, only one is known to us.
Yeah, where is the other?
What then became of the other?
I don't know if this is the direction they're gonna go in, but I feel like given the flashback we saw, it's gonna be something about a conspiracy on the ruling Ishgardian houses. And something, the other eye, something, control, something, power.
Why did Nidhogg, who had taken such pains to prolong the Dragonsong War, suddenly decide to hurl his entire army against the walls of Ishgard?
Get the other eye that's in there. Who's got it? Probably the Pope. Never trust a Pope.
Aye. The is done. Nidhogg is slain.
Got 3 blind ladies with a bunch of yarn passing it around like the fates from Hercules.
What?
Good morning.
In the city? A battle with whom? Once, Lord Commander.
That's not the
Hold
Muses,
firm till
right?
our return.
Who are they? Hercules, blind lady, yarn. I all caps into the search bar. Hercules. Characters. They're not the oracles, are they? Queen in Panic, gods, we got the titans. Prometheus Academy? I don't remember. Creatures. Oh well. I don't feel this strongly about it. They are called the Fates, okay. Thank you.
Fighting has broken out in the city. Lord Emmerich was sparse with the particulars, but it seems some commoners threw open the gates to a force of heretics.
The particulars.
I gave no order to attack.
I'm desperately trying to incorporate the particulars into my lexicon to replace the details. I really like it.
To mark the end of the Dragon Song War by spilling the blood of our own? Mayhap Praisevogel was right about us. Let us away, warrior of light. The people must be saved from themselves.
Wait! I would join you! There has been enough violence. I will appeal to my people in the city and make them see reason.
I feel like when someone says, I will make them see reason, it almost never goes well.
Let us write the final chapter in this damnable war.
It almost always means you're trying to persuade people who are very emotionally driven with a logical argument, which doesn't work generally. But I'm their leader.
A small army of heretics has invaded the city, Your Eminence, but there is no cause for concern. A sizable contingent of our soldiers is already in place to repel the Dravanian assault, and the intruders will soon find themselves outnumbered and outmatched.
Our plans proceed apace, then?
Yes, Your Eminence. This unrest shall serve to feed the people's fear of the heretics and the dragons both.
And lend renewed fervor to their prayers for deliverance. Very good. Grant our guests what time they need to sow a measure of chaos, then order the Temple Knights to crush them.
Your will be done.
The moment is at hand.
La Habrea.
Excellent. All shall soon be in alignment.
Manufactured consent in my JRPG religious order? Say it ain't so. Oh my god, the Asians were behind it all along?
It is time for the bringer of light to die.
I still don't know what their goal is, but they seem to just generally be sowing chaos and manufacturing a war between the Elysian and the Dravinians would certainly fall into that category. But that's a long-term goal there. They started that one pretty early. Or maybe they're just taking advantage of the current situation. I don't know. I don't know how far back their plans stretch. Let's be. There!
Comrades, sheathe your swords. There is no need for further bloodshed.
My lady!
She is come.
Yep.
Hear me, brothers and sisters. The war is ended. Nidhogg is no more.
They don't like that. Huh?
Aye, it is so. This adventurer and the Azure Dragoon laid the great worm low.
He's definitely not Azir. Yet.
The endless cycle of violence between man and dragon was born of our forefathers' treachery. You have followed me, bled with me, to bring this truth to light that we might all know peace. But Nidhogg is dead. Nidhogg is dead, my friends. He who bore such hatred towards Ishgard is dead. Let his hatred die with him, I say. Let us sheathe our swords and go in peace.
Have we lost?
No, my friend. Far from it. At long last, the peace for which we have so desperately fought is within our grasp. And I, for one, would not forsake it.
Manufactured Consent is one of those books that has been sitting on my shelf for ages. I bought it like 5 years ago, intending to read it, and just haven't yet. Did you ever read that Agatha Christie novel? Was it Murder on the Orient Express? Dylan only speaks with quacks now.
Seize the witch! Let none escape!
Providing aid and succor to the wounded should be our first concern. If the heretics mean to observe the peace, then it would be folly not to do the same.
Yeah. Yeah. It was rather too close for comfort, but 'twould seem that the calm is returning to the streets. My mind, however, yet clamors with 1,000 questions. You return to Ishgard in the oddest of company, my friend. That, my friends, was... He said it again. I think he said the exact same thing again. Beg pardon, you traveled to the Churning Mist together? Along with Estinian? Never was there a more unlikely alliance, nor one so magnificently effective. Nidhogg dead, the heretics pacified. Father and Sarah Merrick must know of this. Let us break the news to them together. I will bring Sarah and Merrick to Fortaunt Manor. An excellent suggestion. Very well, Ryugo. Ryugo and I shall await you there. So that really just worked, huh? She said lay down your arms and they did. I feel like things being this effective and peaceful is not according to plan, though. Hi.
Praise Halone, you are safe.
My safety was never in doubt, Father. For I had the Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light by my side. We bring the most wonderful tidings.
Wonderful. He's doing it again.
The infamous Lady Ice.
I have the power of God and anime on my side.
This is most unexpected.
She has done much to quell the violence. The Inquisition may not approve, but we are glad of her presence.
And with the Great Worm's demise, even our nation's more reactionary elements
You're
will have
right, she
scant
did.
grounds to press for her immediate impeachment.
My thoughts exactly.
What of the truth revealed to us by Hraesvelga?
Thanks.
That the origins of the Dragon Song War, a core tenet of Ishgardian faith, are quite unlike those depicted in the scriptures.
That men and dragons once lived together in harmony, and that it was man's treachery which shattered the peace and plunged our peoples into war.
The same scripture also describes the origins of the High Houses. Were it exposed as false, the legitimacy of our rule would be called into question.
Which, you know, how does that make you feel? I feel like we need to gauge how that makes you feel before we carry on this conversation further.
If both Highborn and Lowborn can trace their ancestry to Thordan and his Knights 12.
But a single sip of dragon's blood is required to confirm their lineage.
If the Holy See knew of this and chose to remain silent, their crimes are grievous indeed. Regardless, this state of affairs cannot be allowed to continue.
I'm glad that everyone that I have surrounded myself with, every major named character, is rational enough to immediately accept the truth that everything they've been told their entire lives is a lie. They don't have much issue with it.
Sir Emmerich, you cannot mean to raise this matter with the Archbishop.
Outside of what it would mean, were it to get out.
Pray consider what you are proposing. If the Holy See chose to conceal the truth for centuries, what reason would they have to reveal it now?
At best, you will be branded a heretic and clapped in irons.
Then at least the Archbishop will have shown his true colors. My friends, this war will never truly be at an end until the truth is made known. You must see what lies on the horizon if it is not. When ruled by fear of a common enemy, we were united.
Who's the common enemy now?
During the war, the Highborn needed men to lead and the Lowborn men to follow. Not anymore. 'Tis but a matter of time before the old order is called into question.
Maybe that's a good thing.
Lady Iceheart will share the truth with her followers, and the Holy See will be powerless to stop its spread. The disenfranchised will rise up united, and blood will flow in the streets once more. A divided Ishgard will not survive.
Tread carefully, Lord Commander.
My lady, is it wise to let him go? I sympathize with the Lord Commander's desire for reform, but to approach the Archbishop in this manner bespeaks an idealism to which I did not think Sir Emmerich prone.
Alphino calling other people naive.
Though
Hilarious.
he comports himself as a realist, he has long dreamt of reform. 'Twas that idealism which first drew me to him, that which made me swear an oath to serve. We must not think of ways to hinder his cause, but rather ways to aid it, even should the Holy See cry heresy.
You cannot mean...
If the Lord Commander does not return from the vault at the appointed hour, I mean to go and fetch him.
Have care, my lady. Your words border on treason. Should they reach the wrong ears, you will be declared an enemy of Ishgard.
That is a risk I am willing to take. Lest you forget, my lord, I am not born of this land. My loyalty is to the Lord Commander alone, but I speak only of what may come to pass. If the rumors regarding his heritage are to be believed, we have naught to fear.
Lies and slander.
Forgive me, what rumors are these?
That Sir Emmerich is the Archbishop's bastard son. Senior clergy are not permitted to marry and sire children. But even the holiest among us are not immune to temptation.
I labor to believe it. Sir Emmerich is truly the Archbishop's son.
He has never been publicly acknowledged as such. But the rumors have plagued him since childhood. That he rose to his current position, despite being despised as a bastard and accused of profiting from his father's influence, bespeaks the quality of his character. It is my hope that on this occasion, the burden of his birth will work in his favor. Should our worst fears be realized, the Archbishop will not be so quick to execute his own flesh and blood, affording us time to mount a rescue.
Bastard or trueborn, he is our nation's best hope. If the Holy See dares to threaten him, I shall lead the charge against the Vault myself.
Hear, hear. The future of Ishgard rests on Sir Emmerich's shoulders. I too will do mine utmost to aid his cause.
Orshafon, be reasonable.
A knight lives to serve, Father. To aid those in need. The people need Sir Emmerich more than ever, and we may be his only hope. There is no greater calling for a knight than to save the life of his fellow man. I swear to you, on the sigil of our house, that I shall do this and make you proud.
Even you? Romantic, reckless fools, the lot of you. So be it. Make your preparations.
I thank you all for your support.
Lucia. Though your assistance is most welcome, I fear it will not be enough. Few as we are, we will struggle to reach the Lord Commander. If we are to succeed, we must needs recruit other to our cause. With the Synmyn, hard time getting out. How are we to carry out this bold endeavor? Even with an army of knights at our backs, a direct assault on the vault seems unlikely to succeed. You're correct, Master Alphino, not even the assembled might of House Forton and the Temple Knights would be sufficient. With the support of another party, however, we may yet stand a chance. Speak of one of the other high houses? Precisely the opposite. I speak of the revolutionaries rumored to reside in the Broom. It was these disgruntled Ishgardians who opened the gates of our city to the heretics, I believe. But of course, if their hatred of the Holy See drove them to such deeds, they might well be persuaded to assist in Sir Emmerich's rescue, knowing the truth he would lay bare. Such is my hope, Master Alphino, and I would have you and Ryugo reach out to them. The Temple Knight and a sworn servant of the Holy See, any overtures I make are doomed to fail. But as outsiders, you too may receive a warmer welcome. Very well, we shall seek out the leader of these revolutionaries and make our case. Thanks, Justinian. Will your brothers heed your command if you order them to stand aside? The Dragoons have no love for politics, my lady. They will gladly watch and wait while the Highborn fight amongst themselves. Very wise. Ryugo, we should hurry to the Forgotten Knight. Tataru may have knowledge of the revolutionaries. Wait, are we already jumping to storming the church? Did I miss a few steps? Like that church up there? Hugo, Alphino, gods, I've been worried sick. It's so good to see you. With you, Tatru, how did you manage to escape the chaos in the streets? Gibrillant and the others barricaded the doors until the heretics left. No one was harmed, thankfully. What about you two? What came of your journey? You're not serious. What was Sir Merrick thinking? I mean, the way you two talk about him, I wouldn't have believed. Anyway, I've heard rumors of the people you're looking for, and I doubt they'll be of much use. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that they're led by someone called the Mongrel? A queer moniker if ever I heard one. But mayhaps it will make the individual in question easier to find. Come, let us make inquiries below. Okay. Passed out. Broom Elder. Eh? What's that? Speak up, I can't hear as well as I used to. Thank you for the informations. I don't know a goddamn thing about the Mongol, but if I did, you can be sure I wouldn't tell you. The mongrel being called a queer identifier is the most accurate thing in this game. The mongrel. A mongrel? Not sure I catch your meaning. To a blue blood, we're all of us dogs down here. We're all of us dogs down here. I guess well put. Not a single shred of information, just as I expected. The revolutionaries would not have escaped capture for so long without the masses' complicity. Still, it's good to know that Tataru's ears are as sharp as ever. He gets it. Frustrating though it may be, we must press on. While I continue speaking with the people of the room, why not go and see if Gabriel Lamont knows auto value? Tavern that's called the Sloppy Mongrel. The spice of life. You know, people long for a sympathetic ear. But they need to know that it comes with tight lips. Discretion, Rugo. That's what my customers expect. If they don't get it, then I don't get them. That being said, I'm not without my sympathies. I've heard the tales, and I know you've done right by highborn and lowborn alike. Least I can do is point you in the right direction, but to do that, I'll need you to do something for me. So happens there's a hunter up in the Crozier who owes me a fair bit of coin. However, I've agreed to accept payment in fresh herbs. Go and get them for me, agreed? Oh, is that all? Go get your herbs for you? Yeah, I'll get you your herbs. Gormberg. It's Gormberg. Where? The Jeweled Crozier. Hulking Hunter. You got my herbs? So you're Grillabon's errand boy. Good, good, how's he doing? Same as always? Right, right. Any road, I hope he appreciates how much trouble I had to go through on account of his bloody herbs. Tell him to enjoy them while they last, because I doubt he'll be able to find any more next year. Oh, ooh, my foot just felt a way I didn't like. Ow. Gormberg. Goodbye, Gormberg. Sniff, sniff. Well, you gonna hand them over or not? Fresh herbs. Thought I'd do. With a few other spices, I can make it just like she used to. There are a few things which stir the hearts of men like a sip of mulled wine. Share a glass with the right people, and who knows what stories they'll share. Now that I think on it, there's a woman I know who's rather fond of this blend. Here, Aretha is her name, and she resides in the Pillars. She's a maidservant of some noble house or another, I forget. Anyway, it'd be a shame if she didn't get to try this wine. Why not give her a bottle? You know, I was worried the game was pulling my leg for a second and doing like a disrespectful side quest, but I understand that he's, like, giving me a pretense to visit the right person. I'm suspect whenever the game tells me to get item and deliver to other person now. But this is fine. The Pillars. If only he knew his son's true sire. Huh? Heartha. Yes, I'm Heartha. Beg your pardon. But do I know you, sir? I know the smell. This is the wine that girl used to prepare. Her special recipe. Must be decades since I last tasted this. Oh, the poor dear. That's a shame she was taken in by that baron. Had a dashing figure, I'll tell you that. Tall, slender, long of ear. But those dazzling ruby eyes of his were filled with lust. It was not more than infatuation what she felt, but she convinced herself it was love, and he couldn't help but take advantage. But when her belly started to grow, that's the scandal. I mean, not an uncommon occurrence, but that it was with a Hur made it so much. Well, I needn't tell you. She was discharged from service, cast out onto the streets, like so much refuse. After she returned to the broom, we drifted apart. I only learned of her death years later by chance. How depressing. Back to Forgotten Night again. The amorous nobleman beds his maidservant, then casts her aside when the seed takes root. Not the most original tale, is it? Cold comfort for the woman and the children who live it, though. Even the penitent can appreciate wine from time to time. Take Geraldo, for example. Surely you've heard of him, no? He's a monk who offers succor to the poorest of the poor in the broom. A man of many vows, but none of which prohibits spirituous beverages. If ever there was a man who deserved a drink, it'd be him. Comes crashing down from the rafters. Here's your wine. Lenny's blessings be upon you, sir. A gift for me? The scent, how reminiscent of a wine once made by my dear old friend. May her old soul rest in peace. Forsaken by her family, she toiled tirelessly to feed and clothe her child, and somehow she found time to help me tend to those even worse circumstances. So compassionate she was, so full of love for her fellow man. Was that love which granted her child strength to endure the scorn of the other younglings. That girl, that little girl, bless her heart, she couldn't help what she was. Eventually she won them over. Those first few years were trying. Even more so when she had to start fending for herself. I remember the days she spent standing on the walls, raven black hair flowing in the wind, staring out as if searching for her mother's face in the mists. I think it might be quicker to do this. She was a remarkable woman, Rugo. After everything she was forced to endure, she remained hopeful for the future, for her daughter's future. Some bonds are thicker than blood, but blood still defines us, and divides us in the end. The legacy of our parents, and we can't escape it, no matter how hard we try. So the mongrel and her pups chose to embrace theirs, to proclaim it to all and sundry. If you can understand that, then maybe you can find her on your own. Maybe you can find her on your own. Immediately pulls up minimap indicating location. Still looking for your mongrel? Like I said before, take your pick. Plenty around if you know where to look. Or do you fancy something specific? The dialogue choices, the descriptors are just switched. I'm looking for a mongrel with ruby red eyes and raven black hair. I'm looking for a mongrel with raven black eyes and ruby red— oh, okay, I understand. Ruby red eyes, yeah. Someone's got unusual tastes. Afraid I can't help you, though. Won't, rather. It's bloody obvious you ain't of the broom. Did you think I'd just tell you because you asked nicely? I want to run. Let me run. Have you made any progress, Hugo? So our mongrel was born of Elizan nobleman and Huron maidservant. Granted, it is no location, but it's far more information than we had before. Now that her striking features are known to us, mayhaps we only need remain vigilant. There must be a way we can draw the mongrel out into the open. Maybe we should discuss this with Tataru. Speaking of which, where is she? Oh, confound it. She went below to make inquiries on her own, didn't she? We must find her quickly, Rugo. I have a premonition this is not going to end well. Nice premonition. You cast your gaze over the streets below, but see no sign of Tataru. Oh, they took her. Took her. She must be around here somewhere. I take it you've no luck either. That's a different outfit than before, isn't it? I'm sorry. Forget I said anything. Huh? Wait, down there, isn't that Tataru? Those men are chasing her quickly after them. She's got striped pants now?
Where do you think you're going, Missy?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
What's going on here?
What's it to you, boy? Piss off.
Hold on. I've seen them around. They're in and out of House 4 Tom's Manor all the time.
Not my Tataru.
Oh, I see. Skulking about at your highborn master's bidding, eh?
Bitten?
Bloodhounds hoping to catch a whiff of heresy, is that it?
You are quite mistaken, I assure you. We came here to help. And if you know what's good for you, you will let us pass.
That's the most threatening thing he's ever said.
Listen to the pups yapping. Come here, boy. I'll give you cause to yelp.
Enough! Leave threatening women and children to our betters. We don't have the knack.
Everyone in this game is so British. It's the best way to localize a JRPG into English.
Hilda!
Filthy fellow.
Lay a finger on the blue blood's pups, and you're like to lose the hand.
What?
And often I get called on by glorious heroes like yourself. So tell me, what have I done to deserve you?
Before we start, let's go somewhere a bit more private, eh? Forgotten Nights, eh? We're like... We've been in a loop between going into the broom here and going back up to the Forgotten Night like 8 times in the past 10 minutes. The game just crashed. An unexpected error has occurred exiting Final Fantasy XIV. The game crashed. Interesting. Interesting. Well, maybe that's a good place to stop for now. Yeah, Jonah, have you ever seen the game crash? Is that something, is that like a known issue with this game, or is that, bizarre? I've seen it do that once before, but it's been a while. Alright, I think, very rarely. Well, that seems like a good enough stopping point for now. I think I'm gonna take a BRB and switch over to Hollow Knight. That's really funny.